Good evening, viewers. My name is Pretzle, and today we're playing Sid Meier's Civilization 4 Beyond the Sword. Continuing from where we last left off with our Snaky Continents Roosevelt game, we were very close to getting 3 cities to culture flip. Closest to having a Zarmal flip because it has very few, or only 4 units in, and has a 7% advantage. Or, yeah, in fact, 15% advantage. His Ankanak, I only have a 3% advantage, but regardless, it's still something. Zama I don't yet have the advantage. Pakal still has a 21% advantage in me there. That's fine. That's not a problem. This turn was done. We were building things to help take care of some of our health problems. Where do we still have health problems, by the way? Philadelphia isn't looking too good, but Philadelphia doesn't have public transport or a hospital. Nor does it have a mall. So yeah, Philadelphia will be fine because of the buildings it has queued up. New York similarly doesn't have a mall, but New York is pumping out mining ink execs. It only takes 2 turns to build a mall though, so I may as well have one there. Boston. Same again, it's the one pumping out my my Sid Sushi execs, but it can spare a turn to build a mall. Chicago is building infrastructure still. Aqueducts in the mall are yet to come, as is hospital. Buffalo, same again, is building an aqueduct. And that's the last thing it has queued up, actually. I think I wanted to queue up the mall next. Baltimore, grocer, coal plant, aqueduct. So Baltimore's fine. St. Louis, grocer, aqueduct, etc. So everything is fine for health, by and large. Detroit could do with a mall after building its customs house. New Orleans is building infrastructure. Miami's building a mall. In fact, why isn't mall on this list? Mall is something that should be on this list. So we want building class supermarket, because that's how the game categorizes them all. So I believe you are... no? Grocer supermarket, there we are. Add column, and move you up to... Hello? Move column up. Thank you. You can go next to... well... yeah, you can go after the bank, why not? That's why you're listed in here. So save that, and back out. So, cities that don't have malls that do have grocers, the only one that isn't queued up is Denver. Everything else is still building a grocer, or has a grocer queued up. So that's fine. With that done, let's continue, and turn. And I've taken over Pakal again in the list of score things. Where it doesn't have Sid Sushi yet? That's not the best way to see it. The best way to see it is still on here. St. Louis? Yeah, the things over here don't have it yet, so let's go over here. Over here? Railroad? I'm doing having a mine and a windmill here. Honestly, I think windmill's going to be better. Pakal's completed the Apollo program. Sorry, I felt a sneeze coming on there. Hello, that's exactly what I wanted to see. An American revolt has taken place in Izankanak. Since that city will then be revolting for 3 turns, and then at the end of it, it has a chance to become mine. I don't think it's very likely on the first revolt, but on successive revolts, chances increase. From memory. Where has only Sid Sushi? Houston only has Sid Sushi. Does it have an exec in there already? No, it does not. Okay, that axe can go away. Oh, St. Louis already has a mining ink exec and a Sid Sushi exec. Hooray. So go up here, build a railroad on that mine, which I haven't done yet, which I thought I had. Oh well. Then mining ink exec to where? Mining ink exec to Houston, because that's probably the best place to take it now. Golden Age has 5 turns remaining. Good, good. So coal plant, then Wall Street. That is probably Simply the best way to do it. Yeah. Don't think there's any better way to organise that to get to Wall Street out faster. So that's good. So I get a great person in 2 turns from Philadelphia, which is most likely going to be an engineer. That's fine. I might actually use that to rush Wall Street, because there's not anything else to use the engineer on. There aren't any other wonders I want, I don't think. No. The only other thing I'd want is SDI, but that's a project, so I can't use a great engineer on it. There aren't any other wonders worth building. Space elevator's a waste of time. What else is there? There are others. Three Gorges Dam? I already have coal plants in most of my cities at this point, so that's not really worth doing. Yeah. No, we're fine. Alright, so is anyone working spies? Right, this thing's now too wide because of the extra columns. So let's reduce the size of the specialists column, shrink column, by a lot. A lot. Can I do... Nope. And I can't hold it either. I was doing control-click to see if that reduced it by 5 or something like that. A lot of programs do that. Apparently not Civ 4, which doesn't surprise me. Even the bug mod. Specialists. Right, that should be showing corporations, not specialists. Great. Okay. How about we shrink the corporations column a bit then? Like that. Save. Back out. Nope. Okay, so I'm just going to remove some columns. Let's get rid of that. And that. Save. Back out. Nope. Okay, this shit's broken. Hooray. That's nice. Why and how? Expanding the column's not going to do any good. This is frustrating. Because I like having both those columns there. But shrinking the size of the column doesn't seem to do any good. I quite clearly have corporations and then specialists. Maybe moving specialists up and having corporations below it would help. Nope, that just switches the 2. Okay, so I'm just gonna remove both. Add back in corporations and add back in specialists and hope that works. And go through all this nonsense clicking again. Hooray. Because it doesn't need to be that wide anyway. 209 wide is massive. 90 wide is about right. Save. Go back. Nope, it's broken. Okay, delightful. Alright, looks like I'm manually switching between the 2 then. Move column up. Back out. Well, okay. Houston is running a spy. When it shouldn't be, it should be running an engineer. In fact, no, it can run work that coast tile. Sarmatian is running a spy when it shouldn't be. Sarmatian should be not working its tiles, that's for sure. You can run a merchant. And then Cincinnati is running a load of nonsense. Run an engineer. God. And then work the fur tile. We get a levy in 7 turns, so that's fine. No, that isn't faster by not working the specialist citizen. Oh. Whatever. We're fine either way, doesn't matter. Washington, I need... Yeah, okay, that's why I need the thing wider, so I can have a look at Washington. Because Washington's running more than 3 kinds of... Oh, 3 kinds of specialists. So yes, the specialist thing does need to be wider. Okay, point conceded. It's gonna be like 120 wide. That should do it, right? A little bit wider, fine. Exhilarating footage here at Pretzle Plays. Oh, I just realized why. Because of that. Right. Okay. That's fine. No problem. Wish I knew what the problem was. Maybe it's just a matter of reloading the game, but this shit sucks, basically. And since those columns are bugged, I'm just going to expand that one. Shrink this. Oops. Oh well, let's put specialists back in then. Wherever it is. There it is. Save. Back out. Hooray! And specialists on top. Hooray! This is incredibly exciting. Let's actually play the game. That's what I'm here to do. Any trades and things I can do this turn. I could sell medicine to Mao for 200 gold. Why not? Seeing no complaints here. Stop trading with Caesar? Nah. We accept that offer. Caesar will want to give me fascism eventually. I'm sure. Fission I'm holding on to. Tech-wise, industrialism, then flight, then fascism. That's fine. That's actually pretty good. When Caesar has money, I will sell him something for fascism. In fact, just trade radio for fascism now. Or refrigeration for fascism. Yeah, I'll do refrigeration for fascism now. Because why not? Make peace with Pakal? For 820, you're losing the war, man. What are you doing? Yes, give me the world map. We accept that offer, that's fine.
The great masses of the people will more easily fall victim to a big lie than to a small one.
I'm sure that's right. Okay, so let's just end the turn here and actually progress the game. Hopefully Azankanak and Azamal. Zama's getting close as well. Like, very close. That was a massive jump. Hopefully they do things. And Ivory's obsolete now, so that's nice. Wealthiest civilizations of the world. Pretzle the Glorious. Haha.
There is one rule for the industrialist, and that is, make the best quality of goods possible at the lowest cost possible, paying the highest wages possible.
Right, so industrialism reveals aluminium, which hopefully I have in my borders, else I won't be able to build planes and things. It enables the industrial park, which exists purely to give you unhealth and engineer specialists. It's not really that worthwhile, although I can understand why you might want to build it. Units enabled, Navy SEAL replaces the Marine. I went through that at the beginning, but unlike them all, the Navy SEAL isn't that big of a deal at all. I'll just be using paratroopers primarily and using these as basic grunt units. Tanks are the main appeal to industrialism, really, other than aluminium. And battleships are nice too. Tanks are 2-move units, ultimately the replacement for cavalry for the modern era, and are obscenely strong and can attack multiple times per turn, as with Blitz. They require oil, that's a bit pricey, but no big deal there. So, there's probably not really any point. Well, I guess I could spread culture. Don't think I'd get much out of that though, so just skip turn. Aluminium near New York. Oh, sweet. So New York gets buffed even further. Because of the increased tile yield from the bonus resource tile. Alright, spread mining ink to Houston, please. Build a railroad. Zitsushi's already in St. Louis, so go to Detroit, spread Zitsushi there. And how many cities don't have Zitsushi now? God, flipping between these is going to get really frustrating. So, 1, 2, 3 cities don't have Zitsushi, and how many Zitsushi execs do I have? None? Don't see any. Okay, so that means I only want to queue up 1, 2, 3. Get rid of that. And then I guess go public transport in Boston. God, really? Okay. So, theatre as well? Hold on, yeah, because Ivory went obsolete. I'm now not trading resources as much as I should be. Obviously I'll be getting plastic soon, so I can't really depend on fur. But if I can acquire dye or something from Pakal, or hell, no. If I actually get a hold of broadcast towers, let's go for the hit musicals. Yeah, that's fine. Let's go for that. Field cities are more likely to have a mall in them than a what do you call it? Theatre. That's the one. Right. Other resource trades I want to make include because there aren't any other exports that I have, not surplus anyway. No. Cow's the only other thing I have surplus, but no one wants to receive cow. So I'll just sit still with that then. Mao adopts environmentalism. Hooray! Is anyone working spy specialists? Yes, many places are working spy specialists. Philadelphia is among them, and Philadelphia should not be doing that. Philadelphia should be running coast tiles. Similarly, Seattle should not be running a spy. Seattle should be working its coast tile. San Francisco should not be running a spy. San Francisco should be working its food tile. Los Angeles should not be working its spy. It should be working its coast tile. Houston should not be working a spy. It should be working its coast tile. And Portland should not be working 2 spies, it should be working its production tile, food tile and its production tile. No, just its production tiles, that's fine. It can grow slowly, that's not a problem. Although, God, am I actually going to have to build coliseums in order to have happiness? That sucks. There's no point growing beyond the happy cap, it's literally useless. But there's no way for me to get happiness unless I get more resources. And there's no way for me to get more resources unless I either trade or get more land. So yeah, I guess you can have a... Was it you? No, it was Portland, wasn't it? I guess you could have a coliseum. I feel slightly weird building that. But I'm not going to get dye for the theatre, so... I guess, yeah, build a coliseum in some of these less happy cities. Chicago still doesn't have a mall or some of its religion temple things, so that's fine. Philadelphia, again, no more, no lacking a temple. So Washington can have a coliseum, Atlanta can have a coliseum, and public transport actually. Oh, not Manhattan Project. No, no, no. Don't want to accidentally build that. That could suck big time. That's fine. Alright. On a similar note to before, actually, how many cities don't have mining ink? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I can't queue up 6 mining ink execs because you have a maximum of 5 over the course of your bloody civilization. Strange mechanic, but I guess it makes some semblance of sense. Right, Isabel is looking really American now at 64% versus 35%. Zama is roughly even at 50 to 49. Zankadak, as before, revolting because it's majority me. Great person time. Mall constructed in Detroit. What next? I guess jail, university. University, hospital, jail, public transport. Public transport's better than hospitals. That's 66 per health, 66 hammers per health for hospital versus 75 hammers per health per public transport. So hospitals are more efficient. Let's build that first then. Yep, that's fine. Railroad, railroad, railroad. Great engineer in thingy. So yeah, I'll use you on Wall Street. That's fine. Right, so I've hooked up these this fur now. Let's go over to here. Do the same with you. Camp, then railroad. Colosseum's getting built everywhere. That's apt for the modern era, right? Right. Right. To Miami. And just do the spread culture mission, that's fine. Not like it matters much at this point. Great Spy has been born in Bakal's territory in Thracian. Where's Thracian? I'm assuming that's on his mainland then. Thankfully. I don't know if he has flight or whatever. Yeah, Thracian, mainland right there. Okay, go there. I think Thracian's actually a Roman name. That was my understanding. I wonder if he culture flipped a Roman city early on in the game. That's possible. Seems quite likely, actually. So you go to Detroit. You guys both wait. Sit still for a turn or 2. Or 3. Or, I don't know. However long you can be asked to sit still for. And then I could sell fascism to these guys. In fact, I may as well, right? Stalin, no one's worst enemy. Fascism. What will you give me for this? We accept your offer. And Ragnar is the worst enemy of Mao. In which instance I don't care. Will you make peace with Mao for that? Nope, you need fission for that, and that's not happening. We accept your offer of fascism for 160 gold. That is a fine offer. Zama is now majority American at 52%. Yeah. Yeah, things are looking good. So cities building wealth, can you be building anything more worthwhile? Yes, Seattle may as well build a coliseum as well. San Francisco. Los Angeles, again, may as well build a coliseum. It's got enough happiness, but yeah. Houston is fine, and Portland is fine. There's not much else I can be building in any of these cities, really. So yeah, I'm just going to end the turn here, I think. There's not anything else that needs doing, is there? Nope. Okay, we're good. Constructed a mall in Buffalo. Hooray! So... observatory... No, bank, observatory... Alright, fine. Hospital, bank, observatory... Public transport, university, jail, temple. No, the temple's more important than that. Bank, Hindu temple, observatory, jail, customs house, university. Although, by the time you finish all those... Global civic free speech. I'm in free speech, aren't I? So... Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Prevents me from switching into bureaucracy if I ever wanted to, but I don't think I'll ever want to do that. So, that's not a problem. Right, the UN then. The UN can force you to adopt certain civics. The UN can do many things. In fact, let's go through the list. Resolutions. UN Secretary General is an election every 4 votes, I think, with one vote happening every 4 years or something like that. And they get to put forward the following resolutions. UN election, which is a diplomatic victory. You are elected leader of the world, and requires something like 2/3 of votes. And people will only vote for you if they are extremely happy with you. Single currency, +1 trade routes in all cities in the world, requires 50% of votes. Open markets, trade routes with all foreign cities. So every city is a foreign, or every trade route in every city is foreign trade, which is a very nice bonus, especially to me with all my cities. Again, requires 50% of votes. I think all of these require 50% of votes except the peacekeeping, trade embargo, war resolution, or mandate for city ownership ones down here. Nuclear non-proliferation treaty, that would suck for me since I intend to build nukes, and that would prevent me from building nukes. Existing nukes, however, you are allowed to keep and use. So if I happen to build enough nukes to deal with every city, then that would work for me. Global civic of universal suffrage, free speech, emancipation, environmentalism, or free religion. So anyone can be forced into any of those civics, and that would be fine. Peacekeeping, so there is a war happening, and war shouldn't be happening, therefore stop the war. Trade embargo, bad person, stop trading with them. War resolution, which I believe is enforce everyone to join the war against X. Since Bakal is at war with Caesar, I think he'd be able to do that. But I might be mistaken on what that one actually is. Mandate for city ownership is if a city has, or used to belong to someone else, that puts to vote for everyone to decide should city belong to previous owner, or should it remain owning to the existing owner. And that's what that is. So that's nice. The UN's able to do all that shit. Finished construction of Wall Street, which is 600 hammers, so I'm actually wasting half of this engineer, I think. Would it be better to settle him then? Game can't last 200 turns. Although, with that said, how many... Yeah. Alright, so the game only needs to last 100 turns for that to be worthwhile, and of course I do still get the beaker bonus as well. Or I get 1630 beakers into plastics. That might be more worthwhile, actually. 1630 beakers into plastics at 6... in fact, no. So I get plus 100% from that, plus 335% from that. So 6 times 4.35 is 26.1. 1630 divided by 26, meaning only 62 turns for that to be more worthwhile. And I feel the game is going to last about that long, so I'm actually going to settle the Great Engineer here. Philadelphia needs some production, so it's not wasted here, and the beakers are the primary draw, really. So yeah, I'm just going to settle a Great Engineer, which I should have done last turn thinking about it, but I thought I'd be hastening Wall Street. Regardless, I feel settling is the correct solution in that instance, which isn't that common this late in the game. We'll see if that pays off. I think we'll be lasting 60 plus turns yet. Hopefully I can get through that fairly quickly in real time. Mining Inc. exec can also go to Miami. And this spy can go back up to well, I guess to his Anchorneck, because that's the one I really want to flip. So, Sitsushi in Miami, Mining Inc. in Detroit, and because I actually do need more money to spend to get these executives going around, I'm going to not replace the cities that are building wealth with building research, which would be more efficient for getting research done faster. So, how many cities don't have Mining Inc., and how many executives do I have around? 5 cities lack it, and I have 1 executive. So I only need 4 more executives. 3, 4. And then I will continue doing infrastructure. So hospital, I guess Coliseum, although New York isn't really growing that quickly. And then public transport. Hell, in some of these cities I should probably be building submarines. Dry docks and submarines. In fact, yeah. That's what I'm going to get New York to do. Once... yeah, that's fine actually, yeah, do that, dry dock, and then mass build submarines. Los Angeles, since it already has a dry dock, I believe, yep, can do the same thing. Mass build submarines, since I will need those for later. Atlanta wants to do the same thing once it's finished this public transport. Mass build submarines. And that should do. Right, end turn. Let's just... yeah. We'll end after this.
But once you have tasted flight, you will walk the earth with your eyes turned skyward. There you have been, and there you will long to return.
So here's a building I forgot all about. Airports, which give another trade route, can airlift units around the world, and or to other cities, and give experience to air units, as well as giving a bit of unhealth, but that's neither here nor there. And allow you to keep more air units in a city. The default is 4, this expands it to 8. The reason I got it there was for paratroopers, which I will need to do my fast world conquest with nuclear weapons. Also unlocks carriers, fighters, and bombers, as well as all other air units, with the exception of airships, which this obsoletes. So I guess I can build airports in most cities as well. That's another thing I can add to the list. But ultimately, at this point, we require market, bank, observatory, jail, university. Yeah, you're growing hella slowly because you don't have Sid Sushi yet, so I will actually move hospital up the queue to just below the bank. Because you don't really need it just yet, but you will soon enough. Actually, no. Do observatory, hospital, airport, University jail. No, jail university. Again, I don't know if I'll actually finish building all that before I want to start building more things along the lines of infrastructure, so everyone agrees to enforce free speech. That's nice. Meaning I can no longer switch away from free speech. The options just aren't there, hence the pictures have disappeared. Now, if I become UN Secretary General, I can cause the thing to be up to vote again. Baltimore and Denver. Denver. And Denver. Ah, yeah, so this is something I never discussed. Sorry. Let's back to the UN. If I become UN Secretary General, or if I could put the free speech thing to vote again, or if the AI does it, then it'll be up for vote again, and I can undo that decision for the free speech mandate. Meaning, if I wanted to, I could hypothetically switch back into bureaucracy or switch into nationhood or something like that. But ultimately is not the greatest thing. Sid Sushi just wants to go to Baltimore and spread there. This, I want to spread culture here, and that failed. Hooray. Whatever. And yeah, there's nothing I want to sabotage. So I will spread culture again. Not that it matters too much. Honestly, I'm probably being a bit overkill with how often I'm doing that. I am going to rally units for that in New York. So to set up a rally point in this game, you select the city by clicking on the banner just once, and then shift right click on the rally point. That can be cleared by shift right clicking on the city that you've got selected. To further this, you can, I believe, control click on a city to select all the cities on a continent, and alt click on the city banner to select all cities you own. I might have gotten that the wrong way round. I can't test that because all my cities are on one continent. Regardless, therefore do that, and then shift right click will disable it because I have New York selected. If I deselect New York, shift right click, everything in New York stays in New York, and everything in every other city goes straight to New York. But I don't really want that, so I'm going to select New York again, shift right click, and then just select Los Angeles, shift right click on New York, because that's where I want everything to rally. Then escape to deselect the city, C to center my camera on the worker, and then these guys can just build railroads everywhere. Should probably have automated these at some point earlier, but I don't care. So my golden age ends next turn. Caesar is willing to trade communism. Hooray. That's nice. I don't need communism. Communism is not useful for me. I will pick it up eventually, but I don't need communism. It's just not something I need. I don't need intelligence agencies. The Kremlin's already been built. The Great Spy's already been gotten because someone else has discovered communism. I don't need permanent alliances, and I don't need state property. Those just aren't features I intend to capitalize upon. Pun intended. So, where... is Sushi everywhere now then? Because that's good. I want Sushi to be everywhere. The only place it isn't is in Denver, by the looks of things. Yep, but I have a Sushi exec roaming around, I believe. Somewhere, as a Mining Inc. exec. Well, I thought there was one roaming around. Yeah, Sitsushi Executive, which is in Portland at the moment, en route to Denver, to finish spreading it around. So that's good. We are seemingly very close to having a Zankanek flip, so that's nice. Next turn the Golden Age ends, meaning we will lose some of our buffs, but Wall Street is nearly built. And that is the main thing, ultimately. Can we get Wall Street built any faster if we work citizens? No. So let's just do that. No, spies don't give hammers. Spies give +4 espionage and +1 beakers. And of course the other 3 beakers I'm getting from representation. I wouldn't mind switching to universal suffrage, so if that comes up I may do that, but I do like representation. It's just preferred in this instance. That said, statistics. Towns 23. So that's 23 hammers from towns. Versus +3 beakers. Probably more than that. Much more than that, and I haven't been checking this in a while, so let's do that now before I end the video. Run another engineer, please. San Francisco, run another engineer, please. Dude, I just said don't run the spy, run the bloody farm tile. And Houston, don't run the spy, work the coast tile. In fact, no, don't work the coast tile, that's... you're growing too quickly. Build a Coliseum, and run another engineer. I will want to build Mount Rushmore somewhere. I have a few national wonders that I want to build, but I will discuss those in the next episode. Thank you for watching. I have been and shall continue to be Pretzle. If you liked the video, please like the video and feel free to stick around for more. In the meantime, enjoy the music and don't forget to be awesome.